They ate their breakfast. He said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" And Simon said, "Yes, I do." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." Then again, for the second time, he asked him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" And he said to him, "Tend my sheep." For the third time, he asked him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Today, we are on the third Sunday of Easter, and the church presents to us the challenge what the apostles has to face. That they have to went to tribulation, they went through persecution, and look what the witness they give for the Lord. The high priest interrogated them and said, "We told you not to mention that name again. And here you are, filling Jerusalem, and try to put the blood of that man on us." Well, hello. You are the one who claimed to Pilate to destroy him a few weeks ago. But now we say that the one Christ that you hang on the cross is the one we believe that he is alive. And in him alone there is salvation. And that first sermon of Peter is the sermon that has been preached for over 2010 years and will continue to be preached to the end of the world. And that's why today we come to see how Peter now really needs to be filled with that Holy Spirit, because in the Gospel we see him, it is because before Pentecost, he went to his normal way. He went to his business. He went to do whatever he wants. In other words, Jesus now left them and they returned back to their normal life. And all of a sudden, he comes to them on the Sea of Tiberias. And he comes to them without them recognizing him. "Have you caught anything?" "No. We have at it all night." "Throw the net on the right side." And they caught 153 fish. St. John do those things because he wants to tell you that there's not a fib. He was there. He knows what took place. And those things really remain in his mind. Even when he met the Lord, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. To remind us that this is not once upon a time there was a story, that this is reality. And then after they eat, remember Jesus come to feed us. Jesus come to take care of us physically and then spiritually. And here he make Peter make his profession of faith. First and foremost, remember that Peter denied him 3 times during the time of his passion, that he know Jesus. And now Jesus, for 3 times, is asking Peter to make his profession of faith. And while he is confessing his sin, he is also receiving the power that Jesus is going to bestow on him. The first question is, Simon, son of John. It's not Peter yet. Simon, son of John. Remember that you are who you are because of your father. I know that Tekla will be after me after this. Because the last name you carry is the name of your father. And that's why I identify you from your father. I say to you many times, if you go where I come from and ask by my last name, nobody knows me. But if you say Carmel, son of Giuseppe of Rosario, boom, they will tell you exactly where I live and how to get there. Why? Because that is the identification. Now that's why Jesus today asked Peter, "Simon, son of John." And there we see that not only Simon, son of John, but then he asked the question, "You, Simon, son of John, you specific son of John, I ask you, do you love me?" Now many of you say, a man asks another man how to love him? What's what's going on here? But here Jesus is identified that if you love me, you are going to give your life for me. If you love me, you are going to let go of your ego. If you love me, you are going to say no to yourself and yes to me. And that's why he repeats again, Simon, son of John, do you love me? And the first answer was, feed my lambs. Remember that the early Christians were very young in faith. And that's why Peter has to be very, very, as we say, careful about them. To really walk with them the faith and really walk with them, to give them the idea that now is the time that you exercise your, as we say, patern, your fatherhood with them. And you know, the second time Jesus asked Peter, Simon, son of John, do you really love me? Well, I mean, Peter knows Jesus. He was the Son of God. He professed him at Caesarea Philippi. He told him that he is the Son of God. And he believed it because Jesus said to him, it's not you, but my Father has revealed this to you. And so he said to him for the second time, do you love me? And Peter said, Lord, you know that I love you. And Jesus said to him, tend the sheep. Now remember, at the Last Supper, Jesus said to Peter, Simon, Simon, I prayed for you. Because the devil is going to sift you. And you are going to fall. But when you get your strength, you will strengthen your brothers. And that's why Jesus said to him, tend the sheep. That means be the pastor. Be the one who lead them. Be the one who gives them courage. Be the one to be with them, to give them the strength that they need to continue their commitment towards me. And for the third time, Jesus said to Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? And Peter was distressed. But listen to the response he gives. Lord, you know everything. Lord, you are God, because God knows everything. And you know that I love you. And Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Feed the ones that are going to be around you. Because you are going to be the first, and there are others among you who are going to be shepherding with you. He goes talking about the apostolic scene. There are going to be others who are going to be with you, sharing the gospel all over the world. Feed them. And that is the most important thing, dear people, when we come to our celebration of the Eucharist. We need to be fed. We need to listen to the message. We need to grow. Because if we don't grow, then we remain indifferent. Now I don't want to go too much on that second, or that gospel. We'll come to it later. But I like to go to that second reading today. That second reading is St. John, who is the author of this book, the book of Revelation. He saw thousands of angels around the throne of God. And there, in this part of the scriptures from the book of Revelation, we can come to a conclusion of why we are here every Sunday. We are here to give honor, to give praise to the eternal Lamb. The eyes of flesh will not see, but those who have faith. Around that altar there is millions and millions and millions of angels. Not only this altar, but every time, everywhere where the celebration of the Mass takes place. And they are singing the hymn that we sing. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain. To him be praise and glory for all eternity. This is why we say it liturgy. Because right now we are celebrating the life of God. How God comes to our lives and we immerse into His life and celebrate with great joy our accomplishment.